The silence was deafening. Then Jamie Raskin's voice cut through the air like a razor blade. "I have in my hands," he began, his voice trembling with barely contained fury, "the smoking gun that will bring down the most powerful people in America." The manila folder hit the table with a thud that echoed across the chamber. "Confidential, declassified," screamed the red letters. Kash Patel's face went white, not pale. White. His six-lawyer six-saw leaned forward at once. They, KNEW, they knew this was the end. What just happened? "Let me take you back 12 hours last night, 11:47 p.m. A figure in a black hood left a package outside Raskin's office. No note, no explanation, just a USB drive. On that drive, 2,300 pages that would change everything. Raskin's team didn't sleep. They couldn't sleep, because what they were reading, it was worse than anyone imagined. At 6 a.m. Raskin made one phone call, to the committee chairman. The meeting that explains if Ytyakin pulled out another document. This one was different. Calendar entries, February 3rd, 2025. "The same day you signed that directive, Director Patel." He showed it to the camera. "White House visitor log. You attended a meeting. 2 hours later, you signed the order to kill the investigation." Raskin leaned forward. "What happened in that meeting, Director? Who told you to shut it down?" Patel's senior lawyer, gray hair, expensive suit, probably costs $2,000 an hour, stood up. "My client invokes his Fifth Amendment right." The room erupted. "Fifth Amendment," someone shouted. Raskin nodded slowly, like he'd been expecting this. "The FBI director," he said quietly, "is invoking his right not to incriminate himself." He let that hang in the air. The man in charge of investigating criminals is afraid to answer questions because he might incriminate himself. The list of shame, but I saved the best for last. Raskin pulled out a spreadsheet. Multiple pages. "This is the FBI's official do not investigate list. Created 2021. Updated 2025 under Director Patel." He started reading. 47 names. 47 child predators, protected by codes. His voice was shaking with rage. Code A, political sensitivity, 12 names. Code B, diplomatic relations, 8 names. Code C, national security, -15 names. He paused. The pause stretched out. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Code D. His voice broke. Code D, executive branch protection, 12 names. Chaos, complete and total chaos. People were screaming, cameras flashing. The chairman had given up with the gavel. Executive branch protection. Raskin shouted over the noise. "The White House is protecting child abusers." Patel's silence speaks VOLUMSL. 6 of Patel's lawyers were on their feet now, talking over each other, panicking, but Patel himself, silent, frozen, defeated. Because what could he say? The documents were real. The signatures were his. The evidence was overwhelming. Raskin gathered his papers. "Director Patel, you hid behind the Fifth Amendment. That is your right." He looked directly into the camera. "But it's also a confession. The promise that changes everything tomorrow. These 2,300 pages go public. Every email, every memo, every directive." Raskin's voice was steel. "The American people will see with their own eyes how their government protected child predators." He pointed at Patel, "and those 47 names. They will come out. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow." His voice rose. "But they will come out. Because you can't hide this. You can't bury this. You can't spin this." He slammed his hand on the table. "The truth is coming, and it's coming for all of you." The after Aramatisa hearing ended. Technically it continued for another hour, but no one was listening. Within 5 minutes, #Raskin47 was trending worldwide. Within 10 minutes, news networks went to breaking news coverage. Within 30 minutes, the White House press secretary was frantically calling reporters, but the damage was done. What we know, right? Now the documents are real, verified metadata, confirmed signatures. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is documented fact. The investigation was sabotaged from 2019 to 2025, systematically, deliberately, by people at the highest levels. 47 people are being protected. Powerful people, connected people, people who someone decided are too important to investigate. Patel knows everything. His Fifth Amendment plea proves it. If he was innocent, he'd talk. But he can't, because talking would destroy him. The White House is involved. Code D, executive branch protection. This goes all the way to the top. What happens next? Tomorrow, Raskin releases the full 2,300 pages. Investigators will analyze every word. Journalists will chase every lead, and somewhere, 47 very powerful people are making phone calls, calling lawyers, calling fixers, calling in favors. Because they know what's coming. The question that haunts us: who are the 47? Politicians, businessmen, celebrities, foreign leaders. We don't know yet, but we will know because Jamie Raskin just lit a fuse that can't be extinguished. This is only the BG 5 minutes. That's all it took to expose the biggest cover-up in American history. 2,300 pages of evidence. 47 protected names. One FBI director hiding behind the Fifth Amendment, and the truth, slowly, unstoppably coming to light. Subscribe now. Share this everywhere. The pressure must continue until every single name is revealed. Tomorrow, we'll go through the documents, page by page. This is history happening in real time, and you're witnessing it. The walls are closing in. The cover-up is collapsing. Nothing will ever be the same. Who do you think the 47 are? Comment below. Let's figure this out together. The truth is coming, and it's unstoppable. Clear your schedule, he said. Today we're making history. The hearing that broke America at 10 a.m. The chamber was packed. Standing room only. Cameras everywhere, but something was wrong. Kash Patel walked in with a security detail. Since when does the FBI director need bodyguards at a congressional hearing? His hands were shaking, visibly shaken. One journalist whispered to another, "He looks like a dead man walking." The first hour was theater questions, evasive answers, the usual dance. Then Raskin stood up. The room went silent. The first bomb drops, Director Patel. Raskin's voice was ice cold. "Do you know what I'm holding?" Patel didn't answer. He couldn't answer. "This is an email from June 14, 2019. FBI Miami Field Office to Washington Headquarters." Raskin's hand was shaking as he held it up. Subject line, EPSTEIN 34. HIGH profile targets identified. GASPS echoed through the chamber. 34 names. Director 34. Backed by witness testimony. Flight logs. Photographs, evidence. He paused, letting it sink in. "And do you know what Washington said?" "Another document." Raskin held it up like a weapon. "Not convenient at this time. Stand down." The room exploded. "Stand down." Raskin's voice rose. 34 child predators. And the FBI said, "WAIT." Patel's lawyer grabbed his arm, whispered frantically, but Patel just stared straight ahead. Frozen. "But wait, it gets worse, much worse." August 2019, Raskin pulled out another document. His hands were trembling now. 1 week after Epstein's suicide, he made air quotes, "Internal FBI memo. Epstein case to be closed. All side investigations suspended." Journalists were standing now, shouting questions. The chairman banged his gavel, bang, 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 but no one cared. January 2020, Raskin continued, his voice getting louder. "An FBI analyst, a brave FBI analyst, writes to their supervisor. We have enough evidence on Maxwell. Why aren't we moving?" He showed the response to the camera. "Political sensitivities. Wait for further instructions." March 2021, after Maxwell's conviction, she names 47 people. The FBI analyst writes, "Recommend immediate investigation." Raskin's voice dropped to a whisper that somehow filled the entire room. Handwritten notes scribbled across it. "Not approved, high-level decision." The nuclear bomb. But here's the thing that should terrify every American watching this. Raskin pulled out a single sheet of paper. His hand was shaking so badly he had to use both hands to hold it. February 3, 2025, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. He looked directly at Patel. "From the office of the FBI director. Your office, Director Patel." The silence was crushing. Subject, Epstein investigation, new directives. Raskin started reading, and with each word, the temperature in the room seemed to drop. Effective immediately. All Epstein-related files transferred to headquarters. No field office may investigate without central approval. ALL witness interviews suspended. All document requests denied. He slammed the paper on the table. "YOUR signature, Director. Your orders. You took office and the Epstein investigation died." Patel's lawyer stood up. "My client, sit down," Raskin roared. The lawyer actually flinched.